But first, manhunt over. The search for a man who shot an officer ends. Good evening. A dramatic ending to that manhunt in the Shawnee National Forest today, with an FBI agent shot and the suspect dead. Late this afternoon, Illinois State Police troopers held a news conference revealing that just after midnight, a SWAT team spotted the suspect, Tracy Clint Pendleton, running from Sulphur Springs Church. They found him about a half-mile away in a house where a gun battle began around 5 o'clock this morning. During that gunfight, an FBI agent was hit and was taken to a hospital in St. Louis. Our news partner in St. Louis, KTVI-TV, reports that the agent is expected to survive. Meanwhile, authorities sent a robot into the house in Southern Illinois, which revealed Pendleton was dead. Here's how an Illinois State Police colonel describes the gun battle.
Upon approach, Pendleton opened fire. During the subsequent exchange of gunfire, one FBI SWAT operator was shot and injured. FBI and ISP SWAT formed a perimeter around the house and sent in a remote-controlled robot, which discovered Pendleton's body laying on the second floor story, along with the assault rifle.
Illinois State Police aren't yet saying whether Pendleton killed himself or was killed by officers. The search for him in the Shawnee National Forest had been going on since last Monday morning. A young man was airlifted from Giant City Park today after falling nearly 60 feet. And we have video of the unidentified man in his early 20s being transported by ambulance to a nearby baseball field where this helicopter was waiting for him. Authorities were called to Pope Oak Trail around noon today, right past the Giant City Lodge. No comment yet on his condition. We'll update you throughout the day. 50 people killed in the worst mass shooting in U.S. history, the worst terror attack on U.S. soil since 9/11. We want to bring you up to date with the latest, so let's go to ABC's Marcy Gonzalez. She is tonight in Orlando, Florida.
Marcy? As the Pulse nightclub behind me here was about to close at 2 o'clock this morning, and then the nightmare continued for another 3 hours. That's live in Orlando. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News. Now back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Marcy. Well, we put together a visual timeline for you to show you what happened this morning. Right after 2 o'clock this morning, an Orlando officer working at the nightclub off duty first heard the gunshots. 10 minutes later, a message was posted onto the club's Facebook page urging everyone to get out, just run, the message said. Between that time and police entering the building, authorities discovered about 30 hostages still in the club with the gunman. Police finally drove an armored vehicle through a wall at 5 a.m., finally taking down Mateen. And around 1:45, President Obama announced that this attack was an act of terror and an act of hate. Orlando's mayor describing the scene from when authorities rammed their way into the nightclub.
We're able to evacuate the hostages that were in that room, and that is when the shooter came out, opened the door, and started shooting outside, and that's when we took him down.
With many in the hospital and 50 killed during the rampage, witnesses and their friends are reliving those horrifying moments.
This is not a dream. I'm not asleep. This is actually happening.
He was maybe 20, 30 feet away from me, and I saw the fire coming out of his gun every time he shot fire.
I'm just glad he's okay. I mean, he's traumatized right now. I mean, very traumatized.
Was he one of the hostages at all, or?
No, he was just in the club. He heard the shots. He tried to run. People were pushing everything, and he happened to run on the patio and jump over the wall to get out of there. His friend right now is in there. His friend got shot 3 times, twice in the back, 1 in the leg. So we're here waiting to see how he's doing. His other friend, Shane, they can't find him right now. They're trying to call him. They don't know. We don't know where he's at.
Families gathered outside Orlando's trauma center to await news about their injured loved ones, many being left without answers tonight as medical teams work to save nearly 30 victims.
Well, they said there's a lot of dead bodies at the club. That's a crime scene. They can't identify anybody. So it could be hours and hours before we find out. The hospital said that there are some bodies at the hospital that came in and they died. And they're not identifiable yet either.
As Central Florida's only level 1 trauma center, we immediately activated our mass casualty incident plan. We immediately brought in 6 trauma surgeons to respond, including 1 pediatric trauma surgeon. We have spent the morning operating on a number of victims. We continue to operate on them. We have found many of them are critically ill as a result of their injuries. Blood is a wonderful gift. That can all be arranged through the local blood banks. Please don't come to the local hospitals, but you can work through the local blood banks to be able to donate, and that would be a tremendous help.
And donate they did. Thousands of Central Floridians lined up today at blood centers across Orlando and in nearby areas. Many of those blood centers, as you can see there, overwhelmed. They actually had to turn people away today and say, could you come back later this week and make an appointment? Here in Illinois, Governor Bruce Rauner is releasing a statement showing his support for the victims in Florida. His statement here on your screen. It was heartbreaking, he says, to learn about the tragic massacre in Orlando, Florida. To target a community in celebration is deplorable. The state of Illinois stands with those in the state of Florida. And in honor of the victims, I am ordering all flags to be lowered to half staff immediately. He says, please join me and Diana in praying for all those affected by this senseless tragedy. Well, the Gaia House is going to be hosting a candlelight vigil to honor the victims from Orlando shootings this morning. And that vigil here locally begins at 8 o'clock at 913 South Illinois Avenue in Carbondale. We're told the staff from the Rainbow Cafe, Southern Illinois' LGBT Center, will be on hand tonight as well.
Hurricane Matthew left a mark in Haiti. ABC News reports the death toll tonight continues to climb. At last check, 283 people were killed. And tonight, News 3's Tia Reinhardt shows us a special Southern Illinois connection to the tragedy.
As Hurricane Matthew rocked Haiti, hundreds of miles away, a Southern Illinois woman reflects on her time spent in the small Caribbean country and the conditions they live in.
Houses made of sticks with palm leaf roofs, and then they're kind of sealed with mud and baked by the sun. It becomes pretty solid.
On Thursday, the devastation left behind by Hurricane Matthew reconnected Casey Sapp with one of the people she worked with there while on a mission for her church.
That some places are expecting to take up to a month before they'll even be dry enough to start recovering.
As of Thursday night, ABC News reported the death toll had reached hundreds, and the loss doesn't end there.
A lot of homes are completely demolished, and crops have been severely affected. So crops are not only their income, but their food source also.
But Sapp says her friend tells her the country is coming together.
All of Haiti is not devastated, just some of Haiti, and so the areas that aren't devastated are ready to support and rebuild what is devastated.
Showing the resilience that Sapp says she has always loved about the people of Haiti. In Erin, Tia Reinhardt, News 3.
Now, Sapp also says a main bridge that transports supplies to different parts of Haiti has also been destroyed by the storm, cutting off even more resources for those in need. A Southern Illinois chapter of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Works made it to Orlando this afternoon to help in the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. More than 100 members will work to clear down trees and replace poles and conductors after the hurricane hits. Those members plan to work in the area for as long as their assistance is needed.